It's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, let's go ahead and get into Joseline's Cabaret. Now, on the previous reunion, we saw where Natural had to be removed from the stage because obviously Joseline could not handle her mouth. Okay? So Joseline and Bosstec decided to come on back to the stage eventually, honey. Okay? Joseline wants people to keep replaying this damn song. Okay? She wants them to keep replaying this song so that she can get a Grammy. Okay? Do it like it's my B-Day. Do it like it's your B-Day. Do it like it's our B-Day, okay? And I might be doing that like it's my B-Day, honey, because my B-Day is definitely coming up in about, 2 weeks? Yeah, in about 2 Sundays, my B-Day will be here. So I just might be doing like my B-Day. Doing it like it's my B-Day, okay? But I will say this, Joseline, if you wasn't so disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, and acting so ugly, I would be rooting for you to get this Grammy, girl. But your antics, like, I don't want you getting this Grammy and it going to your head because you got a show on Zues and that's already going to your head. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I don't need, I don't want that. Okay, if it's gonna go to your head, girl, no ma'am. I don't like that, Puerto Rican princess. And shout out to Cardi B because Cardi B definitely shouted out her song, Do It Like It Might Be Day. All that shit, Cardi B has sat up there and talked. I'm sorry, not Cardi B, but Joseline has talked about Cardi B. You talked all that shit. And Cardi B then sat up here years later and, pretty much shouted out your video, your song. So now people gonna wanna go and check it out and see what it's all about. So you can thank Cardi for that if you do happen to get a Grammy or whatever, or for more additional sales, okay? Ain't that something? Y'all gotta be careful how y'all be talking about these people. Never know how they may show up in your life at a later time, honey. But let's go ahead and move on. Anyway, Aqua speaks on her bringing up the abortions. Y'all know she had abortions of twins and things like that. She says that so many women have been reaching out to her. She feels like women haven't had a voice and stuff. I don't know about it. I feel like us women do have a voice, but I guess, girl, I guess she feel like they found it through her or something like that. I guess, Aqua girl. Anyway, they asked Big Lex how is she feeling about the comments that she made as far as double homicide. Big Lex like, I feel no ways. I don't think anything about it because after the situation went down to the ground, honey, I was moving on to the next thing, okay? So that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm on to the next. What else is going on? I said what I said. That's how Big Lex feel, okay? But Barbie and Bosstec are in agreement with Aqua. Like, if she wanted to share her story, that's her story, you know what I'm saying? She didn't have to tell nobody nothing, but she did or whatever like that. So I'm like, yeah, she did, so who cares? That's her story, whatever. Let's move on, okay? Joseline, in my opinion, she's fake as hell because she's sitting over there praising Aqua. But and then she turns around, she tells her how proud she is of her. First of all, she apologizes to her. She said, if you coughed in my face, I want to apologize to you about that because I thought that, you was trying to be funny. Then Aqua turns around and apologizes for coughing in her face. I'm like, bitch, I want to apologize for a damn thing. What I'm apologizing for? You got disrespectful with me. But she said, I apologize if it came off that way. I'm like, whatever, Aqua, whatever. So, what else happened? Miss Joseline tells Aqua how proud of her she is, how happy she is. I want you to come back for season 3. It's something about you. I'm like, Joseline, you so fake. You sat up there and talked about all them hoes sitting to the right of you like a dog. Like a dog. Meanwhile, the ladies to the left of you carried your damn show. Okay, so I just felt like that was whack in my opinion. And she's only giving props to the girls to the right to try and make the girls to the left feel jealous or something like that. And that's lame as fuck. Let's go ahead and move on. And what else I don't like about Joseline? Joseline feels as though she can give her opinion and be the only person to have an opinion, and these ladies can't say anything, whether they like how she moves or they don't like how she moving. And I just don't think that's cool, okay? You done made yourself a part of this show, so if the girls want to talk about your ass, whether you gave them a platform or not, that's what they're going to do. And now you see how you're not that much different than Mona Scott Young, okay? You sat up there and did the same shit. Mona put you on her show for many years. If it wasn't for Mona, we wouldn't even know who the hell you are now. Her and Stevie, okay? And then later on, when you ain't getting your way or you feeling the way, you want to run your damn mouth, right? and then you leave the show, or at least you get put out from the show because you can't come back, and then you turn around and you show up, I think briefly, for a time with Miami. They didn't even have to let you come down there to do Love and Hip Hop Miami, but you did. You see what I'm saying? Even after you talked all that shit. So Joseline missed me with that, sitting up there on that cheap ass ghetto throne that you have. That's the problem for me. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, Bosstec and Big Lex, they get into it with each other. Joseline brings up Big Lex's child and how she doesn't have the child, but Big Lex would she wouldn't confirm this, right? Joseline said, while you sitting up there talking to us, girl, please know that your girl Lucky was the one that outed your information to me. And Lucky said, wait a minute, BIT, let me get in here real quick. Okay, because see, you trying to play me and make it seem like I was on some gossiping ass shit. No, it wasn't. I was trying to explain the situation to you about something, and that's how that information came out. But you're not gonna sit up here and try and play me like that, girl. Okay, but the moral of the story is Big Lex may have a child. She doesn't take care of that child. America don't know where the hell that child is at. But she wants other people to stop worrying about her cootie cat. Now listen, ma'am, you and your cootie twirl, you had some things to say about somebody else's cootie twirl. So why can't nobody say anything about yours and what came out your cootie twirl? Okay, what's wrong with that? Why we can't know about that? But I also understood Lex slightly when she said, y'all the ones that put y'all life on display, so of course it's gonna talk about it. I didn't put mine on display. Well, you're right, BIT, because what you don't put out there, we can't discuss because we don't know nothing about it. But now Joseline to put it out there so we know something about it. So now what's up? Because the girl's gonna be talking, okay? What else happened? Chanel asked Big Lex, like, girl, you called me the brokest girl in the house. Big Lex says that she gives her people one chance. You only got one chance for me to get it right. She said that because Chanel decided to link up to the ops, she became a part of the opposition. Period. So, girl, I'm coming at your head like I'm coming at everybody else's head. Okay, you was a casualty of war. What's going on? But Big Miss Blueface Barbie was like, cause Chanel said, well, I never said anything about you, and Blueface was like, no, ma'am, you can't sit up here and say that. You can't say that at all because you definitely talk shit to me and Bosstec about them. So what are you saying? So that right there within itself was a mess. And then the host decides to go speak to Sapphire and ask Sapphire her issue with Chanel. And she was like, because Chanel was fake as hell and Chanel was trying to fight me along with her girl Barbie. They came to the house, came to the door like they trying to fight me and Lucky, so that was a problem. But all in all, she says that she learned, she got a chance to get to know Chanel. They're good because Chanel showed up for an event that nobody else showed up to. So that meant a lot to her. So her and Chanel are good at this moment, okay? What else happened? Lucky and Blueface. What we learned about their situation was, and it was interesting to see how Lucky was still on 10, whereas Blueface was on 1 because she really didn't want that work no more. So Lucky was like, I realized that, yeah, I was trying to get money with y'all, but that situation to get money with y'all wasn't safe. Both of y'all were drunks. Both of y'all had a lot of stuff going on. So once I realized that, like, I wasn't going to continue to do that. I was going to move on about my business and do what I do. And, of course, you know, Blueface tried to tell her that's not how everything went down. Honestly, I really didn't give a damn about their storyline. I feel like it was tired and through. What I hated about this reunion the most was the different, like the bickering back and forth, but no structure at all. I'm like, why the fuck did you sit up there and have 2 hosts, Lunel being one of them, offered absolutely nothing to the reunion aside from her quote-unquote celebrity status? So why was she even there? What was the purpose? Like, it made no sense. So Joseline has to do a better job and production with how they film and do these reunions, because it's like sometimes, you know, when I'm watching shows, Loving Hip Hop, sometimes I want to see the full argument. And then when the argument is just dumb and I see that you guys are just rolling the argument just to have some type of footage for the reunion, it's trash. It's like, just chop it, cut it up, let's move on. Okay, so I mean, the reunion was definitely trash. What else happened? Lunel asked Barbie if she got a pimp. Barbie was not willing to admit the fact that she got a pimp. Girl, you got a pimp. Period. You can sit up there and say, he a manager, he's a this person. You can say whatever the hell you want, but just understand and know that man is a damn pimp. What is he managing? Because you ain't really booking no gigs unless you, you know, opening your legs, spraying it wide, or you opening up your mouth. Okay, so what else, like, what is he really booking for you? Aside from this show, what other gigs is he getting you? Exactly, girl, you have a pimp. We're going to go ahead and move on. Okay, and then she tried to talk around it in circles. And I'm like, girl, stop trying to talk. We see what it is. We know what it is. You can call him a manager all you want. We'll continue to refer to him as a pimp. Period. Bosstec and Big Lex. Bosstec tried to act confused, like she didn't know why Big Lex was coming after her. BIT, you know exactly why that girl was coming after you because you involved yourself in some beef that ain't had shit to do with you. Okay, from the very beginning. All right, that girl was minding her business, going down the hallway, and you tried to act big and bad and got your damn wig snatched off, your whole frontal, girl. So that's why. Big Leg says that she wanted to fight her because she was also talking SHI in the car about her teeth. Bosstec was like, girl, I'm gonna stop talking about your teeth, but I do want you to get your teeth fixed because it bothers you. That had me hollering. I want you to get them fixed because it bothers you, dear. It don't bother me, it bothers you. Get your teeth fixed because it bothers you. Girl, I'm hollering. Okay, so then, what else? Oh, Aqua jumps into the fight. And Aqua says that, because Big Leg says, y'all keep painting me out to be the villain or whatever like that. And then Aqua said, well, you positioned yourself to look like that on the show. So now that you're given that role, then you got to sit in it and you got to be that. It is what it is, okay? I don't think everybody sees Big Lex as a villain. You know, the double homicide comment was hilarious, but then insensitive at the same time. But when you dragged Aqua at a later time, I feel like that was due and that was warranted. I don't even understand why Joseline wants to bring Aqua back to the show, considering the fact that Aqua, all she did was damn complain. So why do you want to bring her back for season 3 talking about you see something in her? That's fake as hell. Like, what do you see? I don't see shit in Aqua. Nothing at all. Only thing I liked was her hair. This is the only thing she gave us. It's the only time she had her hair right. You know what I'm saying? While being on this show. Okay, I love the hairstyle she had, but other than that, Aqua ain't give us anything. So what are we really talking about here? What you mean? Like, I didn't like that. I see something in you. It's something about you. And da-da-da-da. And I'm like, shut the hell up. All that girl did was complain. And she gonna get on the next season and complain. And then the fact that she's a veteran, but she didn't even make it to the end, she really gonna have a different type of attitude about herself. And she probably gonna try and punk the girls and she gonna get her ass beat again. But let's go ahead and move on. Joseline. So Joseline, I already told y'all she apologized. Aqua apologized back, okay? When it comes to Joseline and Yummy, she's still upset with Yummy. Joseline tells Yummy to stop talking in her baby voice and to talk in her adult voice. I'm glad she said that because that's exactly what I was thinking. Bitch, talk in your adult voice. Talking that in that tough ass, rough ass, afro puff ass voice that you have. That's what we want. Okay? That's what we want here. And she says, this is my real voice. This is my real voice. Like, girls, ugh. Girl, I couldn't. No, we want the monster that you had outside of the club. That's what we want. Bring her in here. And she kind of brought her out when Natural got on her ass at a later time. Okay? So when it came down to Big Lex decided to offer her 2 cents in when Joseline was talking to Yummy. And I kind of felt like, what's going on with you, Big Lex? Because you want to be a part of everyone's conversation. What is that about? Even when they're not talking to you, you want to have something to say and be a part of everyone's conversation. And in all honesty, that was becoming a bit annoying. Okay? What else happened? Big Lex felt that the show, that they need to show, what did I put? Oh, that's what I put. I said Big Lex feels the need to show that she's not going to get punked, basically, by Joseline, which was one of the reasons she continued to talk. I feel like Big Lex should have got removed earlier on. The same energy you had about removing Natural from the set, you could have had that same energy to remove Miss Thang from the set, or y'all could have just cut her fucking mic off. Because I do feel like Big Lex was definitely doing the most and getting annoying. So when Ballistic started to get tired of her and started telling her to shut up, originally I was cool with how he was checking her. But when he got up out his chair and started being a bit more aggressive, that bothered me. And the reason it bothered me, I don't think that's who Ballistic is all the time, but that's who Joseline is all the time. And if you know that your woman is a woman that can handle these hoes, as she walked in and bossed up on all these ladies, and that's her quote-unquote claim to fame, we do not need you as a man stepping up, yelling at this woman. Okay? Let Joseline handle that. That's Joseline's show. If she got it, let her ass handle it. You ain't stand up and say shit to Natural. So why you standing up saying some shit to Big Lex? I know she was getting annoying. She was annoying me. But you should have let Joseline handle that after a certain point. I had no issue with Ballistic checking her in that moment. But beyond that, I felt like, no ma'am. No, sir. Okay. What else happened? So in the midst of the arguing, Big Lex still running her mouth right on back to Ballistic. Joseline decides to pick up a candle holder, and she's about to throw it at Big Lex, and Big Lex said, "Girl, I wish you would." And I'm like, "She did. So now what?" She didn't hit you with it, girl. So now what we finna do? What's gonna happen? Okay. They rush Miss Big Lex out. Sapphire comes out there trying to talk to her, trying to calm her down. Big Lex don't want nobody on her. She don't want nobody to touch her or nothing. Okay. Joseline ends up changing her outfit in the midst of all of this coming back out. Okay. Joseline says that she feels as though her man is a real NIGGA because he barked at a woman for her. I don't want my nigga barking at no bitch. Okay, because to be honest, I can handle my motherfucking self. But what I will say is, it's nothing wrong with him checking her. Okay, and that's how I felt in the beginning. He was checking at first, and then he started barking, and I'm like, that don't really make him a real NIGGA, in my opinion. But I mean, maybe it makes him a real NIGGA, but it makes him a real man to have poise about himself as he's addressing a woman when it comes to her actions on the show or whatever. So I mean, that's just me. Everybody different though. I'm going to move on, girl. What else? Joseline says that she should have let Yummy dance instead of natural dancing. Okay. Big Lex comes out, says that she feels as though everybody fake. Okay. She says Joseline feels how she want to feel. She ain't nothing but a number. Okay. On top of the list of others. Then you got Ballistic over here. It looks like she was gonna kind of give him grace, and say she understands why he went off, but it was like, okay, you did what you did, it is what it is, whatever. As far as everybody up here, y'all fake because everybody has some shit to say about Joseline, and then now, everybody, they switching up or whatever. So yeah, that was that. What Big Lex ended up leaving. Big Lex, I guess she felt she had something to prove to show how bad she was, but everybody else just wasn't on that same tip. Okay, maybe they started looking at things differently once they got out there and sat down and was like, let me just chill. I'm sitting pretty. I ain't trying to break no nails. I ain't trying to do this. I'm just trying to get this shit done and over with. Maybe they changed their minds on it. But, Big Lex decided to commit to everything from beginning to end. Natural comes out. She thanks everybody for the opportunity, especially, primarily Joseline and Ballistic. She thanks them for the opportunity. She says she respects everybody on stage, even Yummy. You a good one. I don't give a fuck. I would have never told Yummy I respected that dusty asshole ever. I don't like you. I don't respect you, and I'll never respect you, bitch. Like, what do you mean? What else? Joseline says, at first Joseline ain't trying to hear shit Miss Natural saying, and then she decides to side with Natural for a little bit. I'm like, Joseline, you bipolar. Then she tells Yummy, you owe this girl an apology because you was wrong. You the reason that me and her started beefing anyway. You owe her an apology, okay? Joseline calls her a witch. Calls this girl a witch. She said, I know a witch when I see one, and you're a witch. And Yummy said, yeah, it takes one to know one. I said, Joseline, you gonna let Yummy say that? You gonna let Yummy say that? Okay, then, that's fine. Joseline says that she expected more from Natural. She says that she's disappointed in her because out of all the people, she expected Natural to go the furthest. Joseline thinks they are going to be playing, Joseline says that they're going to be playing her show. She said, you ain't really doing shit. You a porn star. You ain't got nothing that's going to be lasting. I'm like, bitch, have you not seen this old-ass porn from the 90s that's still out here? Niggas are still watching it. What are you talking about? That lady porn gonna be here for years, even when she gone. And you sitting up here talking about Joseline's Cabaret gonna be here, even when the kid, even when your kids is gone. I'm like, girl, who is gonna be watching Joseline's Cabaret at that point in time? I mean, they might, girl, because there's still some movies from the 80s that's still out here, girl. So they may still be watching Joseline's Cabaret. I ain't got time, girl. Okay, so if that's the case, the same thing you said apply for you also applies for her. Okay, so you was wrong for that, girl, but it was hilarious. What else happened? Joseline tried to talk about Natural's hair in her face. Talking about, look at her. I'm like, she looks beautiful. What else is going on? Her dress probably wasn't amazing. It was cute, but it could have been way better. But what else is going on? What are we talking about? You know, so Joseline was just on her humbug ass shit. And that's why I'm like, girl, I pray you don't win no damn Grammy. Because that's really finna go to your head. You really gonna think you miss the boss this and that. I can't. But Joseline, she's a whole mess. This reunion was a whole mess, and I want her to do better for the next reunion. Okay, do better. Have a better set. I don't know if you need to bring girls out at certain times that had beefs with each other. Have them out, and then you know what I'm saying, like bring out a few people at a time and address their issues and continue to add to the stage. Like I don't know what you need to do to get that shit in order, but do that. You may need to get a better host. I think Lunell told some tea and said the other girl in the yellow suit was one of the executive producers of the show. So she don't need to host no more. Y'all need to get somebody that actually can host. And Luna, don't be having two hosts. Don't be having somebody up there just to have somebody that's Team Joseline and have a little bit of celebrity status. What was the purpose of getting Lunell when you feel like you got all the celebrity in the world? You feel like you bigger than everybody here. You thought you was bigger than Lunell sitting up there. So what was the purpose of having her? Why did you even have her on the show? Only for Lunell to go on and do a separate video and drag all you hoes. Okay? And actually, in honesty, for me, with Lunell sitting up there trying to drag Zues and Joseline and this and that, I understand where you're coming from, but it actually makes you look bad too because you decided to be a host of this show without doing your research or watching the show at all. So what does that make you look like while you sitting up there trying to drag somebody else? Girl, I ain't got time, but that's all I have. I'm Jamie, that's me. Okay, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.